From KMOV, this is News 4 at 6.
Tonight, police are searching for two people who opened fire outside a Metro East apartment complex. Good evening to you. I'm Laura Hettiger. We know one man was injured, and this comes just a week after another shooting at the same apartment. And tonight, News 4's Alexis Zotos is learning from police that these could be related. She joins us live with the Bommarito Street Fleet. And Alexis, what are police saying tonight? Water is making its way up the ramps to Lenore K. Sullivan Boulevard. It is the street that is notorious for flooding at the foot of the arch. So here's the question. Will it flood this time? I have details straight from City Arch River coming up in 15 minutes. And it's rare that so early in the morning we get to show our viewers exactly how something works. But today is a special day, a special rainy day. And when it rains a lot in the city of St. Louis, check it out. A lot of the extra storm water goes into that pool. Yeah, I know it doesn't exactly look the best, but from there it then goes underneath this area. In fact, this is one of the pumps for the motors that pumps all of that storm water out. And as we continue making our way over here, check it out. This is where all that extra storm water goes, right there into the mighty Mississippi River. City police are investigating a shooting in downtown St. Louis, one that happened just a block from police headquarters. And I did check the river levels of the Merrimack River because that is just behind where we are. It is at 19 right now. They say they're really worried when it gets to 27 feet. When it hits 27 feet, that is when water goes over 141. And guys, they are expecting that river to crest at 29 feet on Monday morning. So they are very worried on the next weekday morning commute on Monday that they might have to have barriers out here, possibly even sandbags for that potential of flash flooding. Had another chance to speak with someone who worked here overnight. He said it was actually pretty calm, which is a good thing considering they have been gearing up for this rain for the past few days. As for us, we're going to get back in the Chevy Storm Mode Silverado because there's some breaking news we need to get to in the city of St. Louis. So the next time you see me, we'll be there. New details surfacing tonight in the New York prison escape. We've learned a corrections officer is now on administrative leave as part of the investigation. Late last night, I got an email from those with City Arch River, and they tell me that the river level is expected to be at 33.7 today. You can see water behind me is already making its way up the ramps, and the city today will most likely close the floodgates just to be on the safe side as they anticipate the river cresting on Sunday. But the good news, guys, check out where I just walked. This is the new raised Lenore K. Sullivan Boulevard, and no water is on it,
which would cause overflows and a big headache.
Okay, speaking of a big headache, you guys, I've had a crash course this morning on how this area works. Now, this gauge right here is very important. Check out this rock. This is one of two rocks that the thieves tried to use to break into this jewelry store, and you see the damage that they did. Not very much damage, thank goodness. I have had a chance to speak with the owner, and he says there's a very heavy laminate all over his jewelry store. And as we look up a little, and Emily, this is actually a story I've been following for you since the fall of 2013. That is when I was first out here and told you that the plan was to raise Lenore K. Sullivan 2.5 feet. They have since done that, but if you look just behind me, water is already creeping up. I did get an email from those with City Arch River late last night. They say that they are expecting the river to crest on Sunday another 4 feet higher than where it is now. So just by eyeballing it behind me, you can see that river water, it looks like, will go over onto the newly raised Lenore K. Sullivan Boulevard. Of course, this and all flooding in our area is something we will continue to follow for you. Back to you guys. If you're looking for a last-minute Father's Day gift, sorry, we can't help you with that, but we can tell you one thing you should avoid. News 4 investigates. Chris Nagus exposes an online ripoff you probably have encountered.
What to get for dear old dad? There's plenty of last-minute ideas floating around online, including a Facebook post that's being shared over and over again.
Andre, let's put it this way. If I drove my Chevy to the levee today in the Metro East, that levee probably would not be dry, and it would also be under construction, specifically the ones in Wood River and East St. Louis. They said that that water went on the road quickly and then it receded on its own. And when I had a chance to speak with an area engineer yesterday ahead of all this rainfall, they said that's exactly what they're expecting this to do pretty much throughout the weekend. But the main trouble spot in St. Louis County that they are very worried about is right here, and that is because the Merrimack River is just behind where we are standing, and they are expecting that river to crest on Monday, 2 feet above what it takes for water to get on 141 here.
And this morning, Laura Hettiger is live with the Bommarito Street Fleet there with all the details on the project. Good morning, Laura.
Good morning to you, Emily. It was a late night for some workers with City Arch River because I got an email from them just before midnight telling me that the river level is supposed to be at 33.7 today. You can see that water is already making its way up on the ramp. Now, this is really interesting because in January, as you mentioned, they started raising this road 2.5 feet because this road is notorious for flooding whenever the river crests, which is something that should happen on Sunday. We were out here just 24 hours ago. We wanted to get some daytime video of what this looks like. You can see that construction is still happening on the middle part of it, and again you can see that water gushing up the ramps. Now, according to those spearheading this project, water could lap up at the top of the new flood walls when the river crests this weekend. Now, keep in mind it's supposed to crest on Sunday, and it is supposed to be at about 33.7. Even though they raised it 2.5 feet, which is right here, guys, it's supposed to come up another 4 feet. That will definitely go over this yardstick. So something that we are going to have to wait and see this weekend. Will water go over Lenore K. Sullivan Boulevard? The whole point of raising it was to make sure that doesn't happen. We should find out in just a few days. We'll send it back to you guys.
All right.
A frightening morning as flash flooding forced evacuations in the small town of Steelville, Illinois. Laura Hettiger was there and she spoke to firefighters about the daring rescues.
You can still hear water rushing downstream from the Yadkin Creek, and firefighters tell me around 4:30 this morning that water was at least chest level high. They ended up coming to 20 homes here in this mobile home park community, and they ended up rescuing 18 people.
No one was hurt, no one was fatally injured, so it was a good day, that part.
The part that was not so good is what you are seeing here. Cleanup on a bridge that the floodwaters damaged, and all the pooling water around these homes.
The water came up real quick, flooded the area out.
Leroy Smith watched as the Yadkin nearly swallowed his neighborhood.
So they built this levee here until this time here. I don't know what happened.
I talked to several people who have called Steelville home their entire lives, and they say they have never seen the water from that creek as high as it was this morning. Reporting in Steelville, Laura Hettiger, News 4. Well, thank you, Brian. Thank you for joining us on News 4 at 6. We'll see you tonight for News 4 at 10 o'clock.